Knicks family, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I got Andre Jalil and Rick Rule here. What's going on, y'all?
What up? What up?
Chilling. You know, he's different. He is so different.
Yeah, I'm usually talking. You like, yo, you messed me up.
Yo, listen, I like that. I like that. I'd rather that.
He's waiting for him.
If you're here, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, so that you're notified whenever we are going live or update anything. So we're here because the Knicks defeated the Timberwolves in a very annoying game, 103-99. That fourth quarter was terrible. The first two quarters we hit 30 points in each quarter, 30 and 31 in first and second. Third quarter we had 26 points, and in fourth quarter we lost terribly to them, 28-16, but we're still able to pull out a 4-point victory. What you guys see in that game there?
I think that I'm gonna start with the positive, because if Elfrid Payton was playing the way he played tonight all season, and the way he's been playing, like he's been going to the basket, I'd actually like the guy. So I'm happy there's a turnaround there. I feel like we always got how much he scored. Let me see.
Elfrid had 11 points. He was 3 for 6, so that's pretty efficient for him.
Yeah, he's doing this thing. So
that means we won without him hitting 5 baskets, by the way.
Right. So what did happen? I'm like I just mentioned before we went on the air, was Julius Randle was holding a rock too long, coming up the court. Elfrid is like, yo, he's open. It's just like give him the rock so he could set up. And so he's like, he passed it up. So then he start running away, trying to cut through. And then he tries to hit him he hit him in the shoulder. And he's like, dude, I was so mad. I screamed at the TV. And Joy was like, whoa. I'm like, Lyric upstairs sleeping. And I'm like, I cannot believe he did that. Like, why was he holding the ball so long?
Yeah. He was thinking about being a point guard.
Yo, dude, I don't understand that. I hope they chewing him out. The bad thing about it is almost I want them to lose just so he could get in trouble for that. Like, they could be like, listen, don't ever do that. But I think he understood that after that. He get in trouble. Like, we didn't get a slap on the wrist.
Right.
But they gave it up at the end. And look, I was like, at some point I said, all right, they're going to pull this one. They're going to pull this one out. And they did. Alec Burks came in there. He started off on fire.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's that? Because that boy been shooting horribly the past 5 games.
Right.
Yeah.
Started coming out sharp, and then he fell off. He taped off a little bit. But it just seemed like it. I can't even really point to what really happened. Your boy was missing like layups left and right.
Who? RJ?
RJ Barrett.
Yes, sir.
Some of them tough. He had one tough one that he did make, and I was like, oh, I didn't see how it went in. But it was one of those games where I'm just happy we won.
I said it the last time. Like I would like us to get a big lead and hold the big lead. And we got up to 21. We were leading by like 21 points. At one point, I was like, all right, all we gotta do is hold it. Even if it falls down to about 15, cool. I'm okay with that. It got down to 10, to 8, to 6. When they tied it up, I said, we're gonna lose this game.
Yeah.
And the momentum was just off. The second squad, they weren't doing it. They had to be pulled out. So the starters pretty much had to play the whole game. We started to get in foul trouble. There was a lot going on. I'm glad we played that well as we did in the first half, or else this would have definitely been a loss.
Right, yeah. It was bad, man. I'm happy that we could rely on Julius at the end of the game. Like you say, at 25 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, everybody went on a terrible streak, including Julius, at the end of that game. And it was just bad. I hate watching. I mean, we're in a better position now. I thought about it during the game. We actually started to lose the lead, and we were only up by 10 at that point. And it got a lot worse since then. So, I was less happy. But at one point we were down, and we were up. And once we started losing the lead, and I was like, well, at least we're leading and losing the lead at this point, instead of being used to being in the game and then all of a sudden losing and being down 10 points and then getting blown out. You know what I mean? At least now we had a chance to have a bad game and still be in the game. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's, you're talking about moral victories. That's not really. But at least he got something there. Anybody else got something? I think I ain't got nothing else.
No, I said, yeah, I was just saying, like these boys, it didn't look like we had anything to hang our hat on, other than Julius. Julius
Right.
was good the whole game.
He got his 25.
Yeah. What he had 25, 14, and 4 assists. Like, it would have been a bad game to lose for him.
Right.
Oh, what I was saying about him, he was tired.
Julius?
Yeah. At the end of the day, that boy was tired. Look, they say he got 39 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot of minutes.
That's a lot of minutes, dude.
That's a lot of minutes.
So, they don't trust in Obi. I don't think that there's no reason to really trust him. If we don't have Mitch in there, it looked like they scared to give Taj those minutes.
Yeah, he launches that shit up there, bro.
Who?
Obi,
he be letting that shit fly.
Yeah.
bro. That thing be Sometimes it cut. It looks like a good shot. Like one of them, he took a shot, and for some reason, I thought it was gonna go like it wasn't gonna touch nothing but net. And then it hit the backboard and then off the rim. I was like, yo, it hit the backboard first? Like, that's
right.
That's
how hard that joint
I was like, damn, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, bro. Like,
with those high arcing shots, like if you are off, your shot is off. Like there's no humbles, like it's off. And if he's gonna fix that shot, that's the first thing he gotta work on, that arc. But otherwise,
or at least his accuracy. The arc is fine. The accuracy is the problem. Because it's good for you to have an arc, but the accuracy is the problem.
His arc is like one of the McDonald arcs.
It's like the McDonald arcs. Like, for real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna look like he's gonna hit the scoreboard up there.
It's like he used to be a point guard, but it's like he was a point guard and then got taller and never adjusted his arc. And it's like as he got taller, his arc got higher and higher and higher. And he just never adjusted it.
I want to point out, because these boys did look bad tonight. Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly. Derrick Rose was -12 plus minus, and Quickly was -10. Quickly only got like 9 minutes. Derrick Rose had 18, and Derrick Rose couldn't hit nothing. He was like, what was he?
He was 1 for 8, I think.
Yeah, he had 4 points. Quickly had 5. That's because he was going through the free throw line.
Yeah,
it's a couple of free throw. He's like 95%. He's missing 2.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like I hate to say that. I think a lot of times the Knicks get into these games, this groove like this because they feel like they just gonna win. And when they got that 21-point win, it was like they get into cruise control. And the Knicks are not that good yet.
They're not that good yet. Yeah. Y'all ain't reached that territory.
You ain't reached to the point where you could cruise and take it easy. But I think that they were probably anticipating Derrick Rose and manually. Manually, you know what I'm saying? It ain't automatic, it's manual.
It's manual. But it's quick. It's quick though, you know what I'm saying?
So, but they didn't look good. But Noel looked good. Noel's out there blocking shots. How many shots he blocked? He blocked 2, but he's a presence down there. But against these big dudes, he's a lightweight.
Man, he got fouled out and with about 3 minutes or 2 minutes to go. And I was like, it was weird though, because I had that moment like, damn, he got fouled out. And I thought about I'm like, it's Nerlens. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, I think you throw Taj Gibson out there. I think he'll be fine. And then threw Taj out there and he was fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Taj is fine. He got a block out there, and that's why when he goes out, I'm not like, oh man, like we don't have anybody, because Taj does his thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he was out there getting blocks. He's a presence in the middle. I think that if they had a bigger, stronger center, we would have been in trouble, because I don't think that Karl-Anthony Towns is as big and strong as he could be.
Right.
He's one of those guys whose body still moves like he's 12 years old. Like his legs.
Yeah, he's like
still big and goofy when he goes out there. But for all of that being said, he's still a good player.
Right. Yeah, he turned up for the team tonight.
Especially at the end.
Was his. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end.
He also gave us the game by missing that was it a layup or?
Nah, he missed.
No, it was a hook shot. It was a hook shot.
Yeah.
It was from Taj. Yep.
Yeah, and he had that corner on the side. He tried to let one go from over there, and it seemed like he ran out of gas too.
He always looks tired though.
He looked a little tired. And then so I see regular Joe was in here. I'm just now seeing it. I had to.
Yeah, what's going on, chat? Yo, just saying what's up to the chat, Joe.
See
Tune is in here. You know what I'm saying?
faithful.
Tune what?
Tune and Joe, they the faithfuls out.
Oh, that's they family. I'm gonna have them. One of y'all gonna be on the show. Matter of fact, I might have both of y'all on the next one. That would be dope. It'd be a lot of talking. I'm at that mute button. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. But nah, what's going on, chat? Thank y'all for being in here. Of course, Joe has said, what do you say? I think he has good potential as a shooter. He's talking about Obi. But I think the NBA 3 might be a bit too deep for him right now. Which with some tweaks and repetition, I think he'll improve. I think he'll be fine as well.
I don't think it's too deep. I just think he needs to stop shooting so many.
I don't want him to stop shooting it because I think he can. Listen, I'm not worried as long as it's not whatever he's doing isn't costing us wins. Go out there and experiment, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see you accurately shoot that 3-point more. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen it go in where it's like water, like last game. He got I forgot it was we lost to the Magic, but I think it was late in the game, and I think Quickly might have gotten the ball and he threw it up and it just went right in. It was like water. Yeah. So like sometimes there's water or is not even touching. I've seen air balls. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see him dunk on somebody though. Remember when first?
Yeah, that's the
they were trying to foul him because go in there and dunk on somebody. Man.
Yeah. It's not that easy because everybody knows you want to dunk, so they're gonna hit you before you get there. That's why if you really look at every time he drives, he's usually touched before he's there, unless someone else has the ball and they're tossing him the ball for an alley or something like that. That's the only time he's open.
I want him to do something like some coast to coast, just run down and throw the hammer down. Like Anthony Edwards did. Did you see that dunk he did the homeboy, how he posterized him?
Ooh, boy, that was crazy.
Yeah, really high.
First of all, he needed a sentence for that.
Yeah, that ain't right. And he landed on homeboy when he fell and got right back up.
Nah, if I was homeboy, I'd have made a phone call.
You ain't seeing my face. I'm never outside no more.
Yo, but it was almost as if the dude jumped as high as he could, but then Edwards was just like a whole half body. It was crazy.
Yeah, Ricky, he jumped up there, and when he was up there, he went like this.
Yo, he was up there pretty damn high, bro. Yeah, he was up there pretty high. Yo, Anthony Edwards, and then Anthony Edwards threw it, and it was like his wrist.
Yo,
I'm just like, oh my god! And then he fell on top of him.
He walked
away. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just hoping he don't do that.
He talking about Obi. Talking about Obi jump shot.
Yeah. He said, how many shots Obi took tonight? Let me see.
How many shots Obi took? It says here that he took one. He took 3 shots. He was 1 out of 3.
All right, so I was gonna say I don't remember him shooting a lot tonight.
And he took 1-3. Yeah, see, we're over exaggerating.
But he didn't have that much minutes though. How many minutes he played?
We had 9 minutes.
8 minutes, 9 minutes.
Him and Quick together were 2 for 8.
Yeah, Quick ain't been looking good the last couple games, which is fine. But
he's a rookie. I'm fine with him. I'm fine with it. I'm really not worried. I am a bit worried about Derrick Rose being 1 for 8 though.
I'm not.
He was missing layups.
I'm worried because it's the second game with a 1 for whatever. He was 1 for 10 last game. He's 1 for 8 this game.
But
quickly
they had 5 days without a game because they were supposed to play.
Yeah. They were really.
That's another reason why I thought they were going to lose.
Yeah, they were going to be gassed because I don't like what's name playing that many minutes, but it was necessary. But he was gassed when he started missing those shots and started running into.
He was tired.
Yeah, he was running into people.
Speaking of minutes, now that we're on that topic, RJ Barrett went back up to, he's in the 30s again today for his minutes. He had 25 I think around the end of the third quarter. And, before that was around what he was averaging for the game because he didn't really play in the fourth for the past, 4 games or something like that.
Yeah.
But he had 21 points and 4 rebounds today. He played a lot better than he has in the past. 1 for 1 from the 3-point line. He only went to the free throw line once. He was 0 for 1. So, I mean, that's really he didn't really do much there, but he was 10 for 20 for the field.
But his game. He needs to have a good game. See, this is what I said before about him missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he's not gonna have a good game, Quickly and Derrick Rose are gonna have more minutes. And like you see, they ain't have minutes. They both. If they had a good game, he wouldn't have got that many minutes.
Yeah.
But because they had a bad game, he got more minutes. He got an opportunity.
Right.
Actually, he took advantage of the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He would have had like 30, 35 if he ain't missed so many layups.
I mean, he missed half his shots. Julius missed half his shots. Peyton missed half his shots. Reggie missed more than half his shots. Like everybody is shot poorly. If anything, Julius and RJ Barrett shot the best on the team.
I'm happy we played the worst team in the league to get our legs back under it, because I feel like we would have lost.
Well, what I didn't like is we were playing toe to toe with them. Like it was like we were equals. Like there was one point where there was 2 defensive plays back and forth, and there was 2 turnovers back and forth. I was like, are we even with the Timberwolves? Like we should have been dominating the entire game.
I think it's a psychology. I think it's the psyche when you playing like a team that sucks.
Right.
I swear it's like that, because we'll come in there, we're gonna beat Golden State the next game and be like, oh, so we are, you know what I mean? I feel like they played down to the competition, especially when we were up. So they were supposed to be up 21 points, because they had who they had over there. That's their point guard, that ball-headed dude. He's 5'10".
Something, whatever his name was. I think it's
there's always somebody open for 3. That drives me nuts.
Yeah, and
McLaughlin or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, who are these people knocking down threes? And why is somebody left it wide open? Like, it drives me nuts. Somebody's always collapsing. I'm like, what's the game plan on there? They telling them, listen, when one person drives, everybody go chase them. Like, I just don't get it.
That's what it looks like.
It seems like everybody's job is to stop whoever's running, as opposed to that person that's playing D on them to stop them there. It drives me.
Right. I mean, I get it. The 3-point is not an easy thing to make. Well, I mean, understandably, I think it's more of a threat to get an inside shot than an outside shot. So they allow the outside shot. But when they allow the outside shot and it's falling, that's how you get behind. You lose a 21-point lead. Because it was like, 3 back-to-back 3-pointers that killed 10 points right there. I was just like, yo, this is absolutely ridiculous. But it's exactly like you said. It seems like once they drive, the whole team comes running in, collapse on them, and then they just pass the ball right around the perimeter, and somebody's always open. Yeah. And then they're running out with the hand up, like that's going to do anything for a shooter. So, I mean, I actually met a Knicks fan over the weekend, and we were talking Knicks, and the only thing we definitely agreed on was that
did you tell him about the point?
No, I didn't. I'll tell you off why. But we definitely said like the defense on the perimeter is the worst thing right now that we have going on. Otherwise, we're a pretty good team. If we defended that 3-point line a lot more, we would hold these leads. We would have more of a dominant game.
Right. That's true.
And I agree with you, Joe. Rose is a pro. I'm not worried about him. He's gonna have off days like anybody.
That play. Yeah, that play by RJ. That was a very meaningful play because of the timing more than anything.
He wanted to.
Yeah, it was something he had gotten in, and I'm not gonna lie, Anthony Edwards played really good defense on that play. But RJ was just stronger, and I think that's going to be his calling card. You have to use your strength.
I felt like that was it was the first pick versus the number 3 pick. Wasn't Edwards? Was he number 1?
He was the number 1. Yeah,
he was 1. Yeah.
He was like, I gotta.
Yeah.
On this cat. I felt like that's.
I think so.
He's like, yo, get this little kid off of me, and he was like, yo, get off of me. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, Anthony Edwards is a strong dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not a small kid. We just talked about the dunk he had like that. He's an insane athlete, insane. You know what I'm saying? But RJ is more of like an ox kind of strength. You know what I'm saying? He has that lower ground, and which is crazy. You seen that fast break he had earlier in the game, and he got pretty high. And it's like, I wish he would show that athleticism more often. You know what I'm saying? RJ, yeah. Because, when he attacks the basket, he's usually going for a layup. And I'm like, bro, you can dunk that.
But that's my problem with a lot of these dudes in the NBA. Is like, why didn't you, especially when they get blocked, like, yo, why didn't you dunk
exactly? Man.
What are you doing? Get that foul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say point that out because I do have to check the numbers. I think some of that is luck because sometimes I think the Knicks wear people out and they start missing toward the end.
If that's part of your defensive scheme, then that works.
Right. So that's what it is. So I didn't realize they one of the best. When we watching the game, it looked like they're one of the worst teams on the D.
Because they be letting them things fly.
I mean, honestly,
most of the leads that we lose is from the 3-point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let somebody, it'd be like a no-name person. All of a sudden, they got like 1,000 points. Like, yo, where did this dude come from? Be like, oh, he came up from the G League.
Right.
Dropped a record night against the Knicks, 37 points.
No, yeah, that's usually how it is. It's
Yeah.
like that kid on Washington. I forgot the kid, Caucasian kid.
Oh yeah, well, not the redhead. No, it wasn't a redhead. Was it the redhead? Was that?
He wasn't a redhead. He wasn't a redhead, but I forgot his name. But he was one of those kids that
Came out of nowhere.
And all of a sudden he's dropping buckets and defending, getting steals on Julius Randle, and I'm like, yo, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's like you letting these dudes shine. They be like, yo, we played. You know, I had to go over.
Matthews, that was his name. Matthews, that's right, Joe. It was whatever Matthews. That dude got on my nerves, but I mean, that happens all the time. Yo, Joe be on it. Yo, Joe, you gotta have your
that guy. You be like, yo, Joe, tell him the numbers.
Yeah, Joe, tell him the numbers.
What you don't know? Joe, what's the numbers on that?
Joe's the number. But yeah, man, that was a nice. It was good to see how they brought themselves out of that rut. You know what I mean? It was almost something that one of the typical classic Knicks games where we go up and we're winning, and all of a sudden we lose a game. We were up by damn near 20 points.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it was really close to that happening. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad we were able to pull that out.
Karl-Anthony Towns is the only one that really, he had 27.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rubio, that was the one this game. I was like, he
came alive.
I think it was the first half. I think what he had 15
Rubio was going off.
Yeah, like 15 or something like that in the first half.
He finished with 18.
He finished with 18. Thank God, because he only had, I think he had 15 in the first half.
Yo, Josh, that was the guy this game. I was like, let me find out regular Rubio is going to drop like that.
Rubio does it every time he comes to the Garden. I'm not gonna lie. He loves coming in the Garden and playing ball.
Dude,
and you see it all the time. I'm not surprised when any of these guys play like this when they come to the Garden, not anymore, because it's not even about who's on the team. They just like playing on the Garden floor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's where we're always going to be at a disadvantage, somewhat, because there's no off games for us every single time, especially at home. There's no off games for us at home because they're going to want to win in that arena. You know what I'm saying? They like saying, I did that in the Garden. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very important. As much as people don't want to say that New York is the Mecca, it's not that we're saying New York is the Mecca of basketball. We're talking about the Madison Square Garden.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But
I think a season.
That was the second 4-point play against us this season. You know what? A stat that I didn't know about?
What's that?
Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell. They only played together for 5 games this season.
Really?
Yeah, like they're never healthy at the same time.
Wow.
Games. 5 games this entire season.
That's crazy.
And you battling COVID like crazy.
Who? Karl-Anthony
Towns.
Yeah, he was dealing with, and his mom passed away because of COVID. Rest in peace to her. So that was, and then when he actually caught it, that was something that brought back memories to him. But
scary shit.
As we know, D'Angelo Russell, just if you didn't know, he just had surgery. He's going to be out for I think 4 to 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be more time for them to be playing without him, and they just made a big trade. So at least this will be time for Karl-Anthony Towns to get some chemistry with Anthony Edwards, because that's a lot of minutes he's going to be able to play. I don't know how patient. Now we know that Karl-Anthony Towns is nearing the end of his contract soon, or in the territory where he can be traded. But especially with them being as bad as they are, that wouldn't be something that's far-fetched. But hopefully they can wait it out long enough. I know he wants to play with D'Angelo. That's his boy. I think they've known each other for a long time. So I'm sure that's something that he wants to do again. Where did D'Angelo Russell play college? I'm sure you guys probably don't even know. Where did he play?
You're the college one.
Joe, where did he play?
Yeah, Joe. I guarantee Joe would know where D'Angelo Russell played college.
You're gonna have to make a commercial. Joe knows.
Joe knows.
Just ask Joe.
Real quick, be like this. Oh, he played at. Let me see.
He played at Ohio State. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he definitely didn't play with him in college. He played at Ohio State. No, yeah, that definitely. He was a 1 year guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it up there. They didn't even show a picture of him. They just showed Ohio State University.
Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's it.
They didn't even put his picture. Just see Ohio State University. Well, I did put D'Angelo Russell College.
Yeah, you got it.
They got pictures of him down there. I was just looking at something they had because we just played against Wizards, and Derrick Rose is going against Russell Westbrook, and then they showed a picture of them in college playing against each other. And Josh, we was always talking about them too. We was comparing them to how
who Derrick Rose and who
and
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, how they both play the same, like they play hard.
They got the same play style.
Yeah, that motor, like they just like 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, Joe's right on point. Ohio State, I think, of course. This guy, man.
Look, I think he said, he googled that shit, Jack.
Well, that shit real quick. He said, yeah,
it's like the Ohio State. I think it's Ohio State.
I think it was Ohio State. I think it was and then as soon as it said Ohio State, he was. I think it was Ohio State.
Wait, what he said? The 5 games was how many games? What was the stat you said about 5 games?
5 games is the amount of games that Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell have played
together. Right.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. As they only won 6 games this year, which is wild.
Hold on, what state record?
Let's double check that. Things like 16, 20 something right now.
Double digits.
Yeah, these dudes is horrible.
Let's check.
Yo, no, they 7-24.
7-24. My bad. We were off by 1 game.
The Rockets are 11-17. They got these dudes at the bottom.
Wow, 7-24, man.
Yeah, they the worst in the league. Yo, we have lost tonight, B.
Exactly.
That would have been terrible.
Exactly.
I knew that was the worst, but I know that they were 7-24.
Look, here go Joe with the stats again.
What he said?
7-24. He knew exactly what it was.
He was on that shit. 7-24. I think we got a lag.
He moves off of straight talent. You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards. I don't think he has a lot of IQ at all. It's all talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's raw. Like he's got one of those bodies. You look at him like the kid is just nice.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see him in a few years after he get that NBA brain and that IQ. Well,
yeah.
Some guys never pick it up. I hope he's not one of those.
He could
guys.
be an Isaiah Ryder kind of guy.
We got to see.
The thing that I like about him is he can shoot 3. He can handle the rock. He can attack the basket. He literally is a triple E, as what they say he's a 3-level scorer. You know what I mean? He can hit the basket at any point on the court. So, you know, all he really needs is just some discipline and a little bit of IQ, bro. And the kid, the sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that. That was bad. That stupid tech he got.
He's a hothead. He needs to chill out.
And that, like the game versus us, if he was there and he didn't get ejected for that game, they could have won.
Different.
They probably could have beat us. But that's what you gotta get. It's the give and take. As much as he brings to your team, he's got to give you something negative. You know what I'm saying? And the negative is just a little bit too much. Hold on. Oh man. Don't tell me say it ain't so. Hold on. Let me check the Yahoo Fantasy.
Oh, team 2 undefeated in the joint.
No. We talking about in a different league.
Oh, I was about to say he undefeated
in a different league. Cause I ain't going front. Let me see. Oh wow, it's over. Yo, Toon. Good game. I won 5-4. Yo, I was down the entire week, like 1-7. I don't know how the hell I just pulled that victory out. If it wasn't for Joel Embiid with that 50-point game the other day, I think I had like 50 and 17. That's really what put me over the hump. Because I beat him by 4 points. Wow. I had 4 points, 25 rebounds. That's crazy. Man.
I wanna talk about this Bradley Beal thing that you sent me.
Yes, let's do that.
Like what? Let's say that this is true. World Wide West is interested. What's that trade looking like?
It's looking like Bradley Beal is 27 years old, and we should do it.
It
Who we
was
giving up?
Bradley Beal. It's most likely going to be
Knox.
no. It's going to be RJ. And I think they said they want 3 firsts or something like that.
What?
That's what they said. That's his
Oh
value.
no, they got some ridiculous.
Bro,
What
the
they add.
dude is the leading scorer in the league right now. Let's be honest.
Okay.
So that's what they're asking for him. I wouldn't give that up. Are you kidding me?
I would be like, yo, listen, we got some people in here that's you could rock with, but you're not getting 3 first. Like you could give them 1. I don't know because this dude is the most expensive dude too. What did he get? 35. He get 35 million this year. I think he get 36, 37 next year, something like that.
Bro,
I want him though. I take him.
I love Bradley Beal, but the cost is what I'm not with.
Yeah.
The cost. I don't know if I could do it, man.
So time out though, because if you look at RJ Barrett, because like if they want RJ Barrett, I'm fine with that. I'm not too high on the kid. I don't think he'll ever be as good as Bradley Beal, and Bradley Beal is not even like considered one of the better players in the league. He's one of the.
I wish it was that simple though.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying: is when it comes to, we don't know what we're gonna get in those 3 first-round picks. We don't know if we're gonna get a number 17. We don't know if we're gonna get like a number 20. You know what I mean? So if we don't know if we're gonna get a number 1. With our luck, we never get a number 1. The closest we might get in for the next 10 years is a 3rd, 4th, 5th, maybe 5th pick. And when I saw that his age was 27 years old, I was like, all right, he got at least 3, 4, 5 years if he stayed with the Knicks. I don't know how much he got on this contract, but like he said, like Joe said, if you want to play like Bill, I think it's worth those 3. Like I said, we don't know what we getting in those first-round picks. I don't know what number we getting. A late first rounder, a mid first rounder, Bill, and they take RJ. We got a scorer for the next few years. I don't know what his contract. Joe, what's his contract?
I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I don't think it's that worth it is because of all of the assets you would be giving up for that. Now, if you talk about Bradley Beal is a great scorer. Outside of scoring, he really doesn't bring you much at all. And clearly, him leading the league in scoring doesn't have anything to do with him being one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. So I don't want to get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been on that team doing this for a long time, and they haven't gone anywhere. He has been, if not the second most valuable player to their team for the past 5 years, 5-6 years. So making a trade for someone like that, you have to be sure that they're going to take you somewhere if you're going to give up future assets that you don't know what they will be yet. You know what I'm saying? Now, Bradley Beal, outside of him just being a scorer, and that's really mainly all he's really going to bring you, he's injured very often. And it's at that point, the contract isn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, I wouldn't make these kind of trades, especially if you're giving up something that you know that's going to be part of your team going forward. At least you have RJ Barrett. That's if he's not going to be the scorer that Beal is going to be. But I don't have any doubt that he would be a better all-around player than Beal. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be right now. His Beal is 27 years old. But you're talking about that and 2 other first-round picks, and then the second rounder maybe as that 3rd pick. You know what I mean? And that, I don't know. I don't know if I'd give all of that up just to see Julius Randle and Bradley Beal, and Bradley Beal's going to be often injured.
Look, Kat, I sent in our private chat, I sent the link to what the Knicks have in their pick. It says the Knicks have an option to swap first-round picks with the Clippers, protect the top 4. And round, because this is 2021, they saying. And then we have a swap with the Clippers that the Knicks, that they don't want to exercise a swap option because the Clippers pick currently is less favorable than the Knicks. So if that's the case, if we did say that, because if we get our pick from the Clippers, and the Clippers is like one of the best teams in the league, right? They still got one from the Mavericks.
Right.
First round pick 2 years after Mavericks send first round pick to the Hawks. First round pick protected top 10 in 23-25.
Right.
I don't know.
Wow.
Wow, what?
Wow.
Yeah, they just fired him.
You know what? He looked like he was going to lose his job today. Did you see the way he was
looked at
moving?
it. He looked like
He was
he looked
walking
like
back and forth. You
he
saw
looked
him?
like he was about to shit on himself that whole time. Yep. Why Wolves fire Ryan Saunders. Timberwolves have dismissed their head coach after starting the season with league worst 7-24 record.
Yeah, but who was this guy?
Per Woj. I mean, Saunders' last name. He's probably a son of
He's the son of another coach.
He's son of Flip Saunders, I believe his name was.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't Flip Saunders the one that played for them and passed away? That coach for them? Am I wrong about that? Hold on. Let me just double check. Ryan Saunders. Actually, I might be wrong. I don't think he's the son of Flip. Is he?
Nepotism?
No, parents. Flip Saunders.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Flip Saunders, who just passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
How you gonna fire the dude? He just lost his dad.
And his dad is the one that coached for your team for so long.
No, but that's one of the things I don't. Not to say that.
Which is not a real reason.
One of the
why.
things I don't like is that nepotism in the league is just like it's too much. It's like y'all firing him because he's really not that good of a coach, and now you're gonna try to go get you a real one. We got to see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Stitch as their coach.
Yeah.
So just because his father's a great coach, don't make the son that dope at coaching either. Is Ryan Saunders?
These are the facts right here.
I think he was like the youngest
what I just said.
NBA coach.
These are the facts. These are the facts.
Now you got to go out there and get a real coach.
Yeah, and Joe, just because you use that word, we definitely got to have you on the show next week. You know what I'm saying?
What, nepotism?
Yeah.
Good word.
A few minutes ago.
Good word.
It's a good word.
Now Joe,
he looked like he was going to lose his job, though.
he looked like he was
stressed over there. Yeah. He
was
I'm telling you, man.
Listen,
I think he knew he was going to get fired.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When they were coming back, I knew he felt so good. And then they went and took the lead. He was like,
but look.
Keep my job another day.
Another day.
Let me ask you this though. I'm gonna be let's keep it 100. If they had a better coach, you think they'd have a better record?
No, I don't. And this is no. I don't. I mean, yeah, if they had Tibbs, they would have had a better record for sure.
Yeah, but here's my thing. So now 7-24, whatever the case, where they going this year?
Nowhere.
Right. So who you getting? Like, who else you gonna throw in the fire right now?
Bro, it's the same thing. We've been through what they've been through. It's a scapegoat. It's not the reason why they're playing that bad. Now, don't get me wrong. He could be another Fizdale, but just in Minnesota world. You know what I'm saying?
The youngest coach in the NBA.
The youngest.
He looked like he just got out of high school, college, or something like that.
Well, he's born in '86.
Yeah, he's 2 years older than me. He's 35 years old. He's 35 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. Sorry, Ryan. You know what I'm saying? No, listen, good. It's actually not good for him, but it's good for him because
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying good for you. I'm saying like good for him. Now he goes do whatever he needs. He's 35 years old.
Right, and he was the assistant coach to Tom Thibodeau while he was there as well. So hopefully you'll get another assistant coach job. I don't think it's his fault, but usually, Joe, I'm older than that. The word, man, it's crazy. We gotta do something. We gotta get the Knicks community together and go buy the team from Dolan, bro. Listen, he can't turn down $7 billion. I'm sorry, I said million. Jesus Christ, but yeah, $7 billion he wouldn't turn down. What are they worth? 5.4 or something like that.
What?
The Knicks. I ain't worth 5.4 billion.
Oh, so we like the highest. Now that we win it, and they about to have fans come back in the building. So now they're gonna start making some more money.
Yeah, but Dolan also owns the hockey team as well.
No, it's Madison Square Garden.
So
it's not Madison Square Garden.
Not gonna sell.
It's the what's that thing they got it right across the street?
Penn Station?
No. Penn Station is downstairs. They there's the joint. P. Diddy was trying to buy it, and what's her name? He's got a few different things. He's got the Knicks. He's got the hockey team. He's got the New York Liberty, and they got the radio show. They got the radio. They got a whole bunch of. Let me see. They got the garden. They got the garden. They got the theater at Madison Square Garden.
Are all of those under the umbrella of Madison Square Garden, though?
Under Dolan's, what he owns. It's something he doesn't. But yeah, they got like the radio show. I don't know if it's radio show. He got like a.
Listen, man.
Big. Let me see.
Are you talking about Radio City?
Nah, that's further. That's further out.
You said the radio show?
He's got one of these big. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up because he owns like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, TV channel.
Yeah,
he did it.
He got a network, I should say. I'm like
a whole network.
It wouldn't be the MSG network, would it?
I think so. One of them, right? Into the Madison Square Garden coming despite the remaining successful. Jesus, I can't.
So, while you're looking at that, let me just double check real quick who are playing next. We are playing the Golden State Warriors on Tuesday, which will be the first game that we will have fans in the arena.
Yeah.
Clap it up for fans back in the arena.
Hope it means something good.
Hopefully, it'll help them with
so well without them.
Man, I mean, and it's how many games in a row do we have at home? The next 3 games are at home. So we play. Of course, this was the first game of a four game stint at home. Timberwolves, and we play the Warriors on Tuesday, Kings on Thursday, and the Pacers on Saturday. Hopefully, we can get another win on the Warriors. Steph didn't play the last game. I don't know why. Hopefully, he doesn't play them on Tuesday either.
3.6 billion.
3.6. That's their worth.
Yeah. Well, that was 2000, making it the highest value franchise in the NBA for 3 years.
Nah, it's got to be worth more than that now.
Yeah, I think this was 2018.
Yeah, 2021 Forbes. Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, the local television market. Yeah, so they.
Yeah, New York is the most valuable franchise. The New York Knicks $5 billion. The Knicks may not put the best product on the court, but James Dillon knows. Yeah, they always going to throw something in there for James Dillon.
Of course.
And you own a network. You pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, how could you lose? You had to be like the biggest loser.
But yeah, like I said, from what I heard, he wouldn't sell unless it was a big return. So like I said, he wouldn't turn down $7 billion. If you could just get a couple guys up there, so you know what I mean, get him up to $7 billion, I'm sure he wouldn't say no.
Let me tell you something. Like we live in, well, not you anymore, Cat, but we live up here. There's so many millionaires like in New York.
Yeah.
Like every time I go to the game, it's like the first bunch of rows. Like it just all, and I don't, you can't say everybody's rich, but you can kind of see the people and you see how they behave and act. And you see what do they call it? All the rich people that sit in the front row.
Celebrity row.
Celebrity row.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these people out here, they got money. You know, they ain't scared to spend it. You see celebrities at other games, but like think of all the people that come out of New York. And even when they come to New York, they just like you going to the game. You got actors and actors that ain't even into basketball. They're gonna go to the Knicks game.
Yeah,
and they get to sit right there. Think about it. You go to football games, you ain't that close. You go to baseball games, you ain't that.
You're not that close, yeah.
Right. You go to the NBA game, you get to be right there. You talking to stars, but
we there was actually I went last year. My wife had got us tickets to the game, and it was pretty close. They were like damn near floor seats. I think they were the seats, the row right behind the floor seats, and we were sitting there, and there was a Caucasian man and his wife. I mean, it's not his wife. I'm sorry, his daughter came and sit next to us. They were the last 2 rows, and I'm sitting there, and I guess the little cup holder thing was kind of loose. So I guess I had my arm there, and then he was going to put his beer there. And then he's like, I can't put that there. I said, yeah, it's kind of wobbly. And he said, yeah, I talked to so-and-so about that, and he didn't change it. And in my head, I didn't register. I'm like, so-and-so. Like, how do you know them by name? And I was like, all right, well, take note of that. And then, no. This is at a Charlotte game. This is at a Hornets when the Hornets played the Knicks last year. And I think at some point, somebody in front of us had known him. And then they're talking to his daughter, and she was like, your dad does great things for this city. And I'm sitting there like, who the you know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show, like, you can just be sitting next to anybody at those in those games. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have some fans back in the arena. Most likely, it won't be just any old body who can just buy tickets. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be pretty expensive tickets to get in there at first, at least. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the fans. But it's good to have the fans in there.
I can't wait to. Yeah, we do need to too. We definitely need to plan a game. But I think it'll be dope to have the Knicks back in the playoffs. Like I don't want to get crazy and be like we're gonna deep, but just to be back in the playoffs. I think by the time we get to that point of the season, there'll actually be fans out there.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to go crazy.
Right. Yeah. It's gonna be ridiculous. Wow. Yeah, I just got that update too.
They already got a new head coach?
The Wolves already got a head coach. They're gonna hire Chris Finch he's a Raptors assistant coach. So he'll have a multi-year deal. That was fast as hell. That was before the game.
I got something named Raptors assistant Chris
Finch. He knew it.
They had it set up.
Of course.
He knew it. Around
of
before.
Course.
He was walking around in the locker room, and that's why he was so uptight. He
had that oh man, yo, me and Toon knows Caleb City. He makes this he does this face in one of the drinks that's the face that what's his name, Ryan Saunders had before the game when they told him that he wasn't going. This is his last game coaching the team.
Wow.
You think they told him right before the game though?
They probably told them, you win this game, you get to coach one more. Like
bro. They had a contract already lined up.
Yeah, but do you think they told him?
He had to know.
I know they felt it, but I don't think they told him.
No, man.
Like, why would you tell him and then let him go out and coach? Like, how you know he's not going to do something wild?
It's happened before. It happens all the time. Unfortunately.
Really quick.
Why be nervous?
I mean, he doesn't look nervous.
You done. Forget it. He could have said, "No, fuck that. You just go." He
looked nervous. He looked like one of the security guards said, and then he was just like, "What's that mean?" And then he went the whole game like, "What did that guy mean?"
Yeah, like, when
he got back to the room, he was just like, "Oh, dang."
Oh, that's what.
So
you know what I mean?
Check this out. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
but I'm looking at this other page, and it talks about the first round picks that we own. So 2021, we had one first round pick that we just own outright, and we had 3 picks that we get from Dallas's pick.
Mm-hmm.
The other one we get from LA swap. We have the right to swap, and then Detroit, we have a right to swap with them.
Right.
2022, we own 2 first round picks. No, we own a first round pick, then a second round. 2023, we own another first round pick. Then we got another swap with Dallas 2023. Then we got a second round pick. So we got a whole bunch of first round picks that we could mess around with.
Wow.
So if we have a 2022 or 2023, that's probably about as long as we'd have Bradley Beal before we know whether we're gonna keep him or move on. I think it's worth it.
What, the trade?
Yeah, for Bradley Beal. Like if we don't lose the players we have now, like if we keeping it, like
if we don't lose the players we have now, I'm sure it'll be worth it.
I mean, if they wanted Alfred, if they RJ is the biggest one we lose, but it's not a lose in terms of performance or talent. It's just that
on defensively, yeah, because Bill's not a great defender. But I mean, I don't even know if it's great defender or willing defender at this point.
Maybe willing because he's just as athletic as they come.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we all know of us playing and watching other people play. It's all about if you want to be a great defender.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, I don't know if I was a great defender because I was just quick or because I never considered myself to be the best scorer. It just seems like dudes who could score like the hell out of the ball ain't worried about playing on the other side of the ball, like James Harden.
Yeah.
I think it's very rare when somebody scores a lot that they don't feel like they got to play a lot of defense.
And you see how Julius, I mean, now that you mentioned James Harden, as great of an offensive player as he is, you see what kind of team he has to be on in order for it to be a winning team.
For it to work.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't have that at all. We don't.
I think our team is probably a more well-rounded team than the Wizards right now. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Guaranteed. We're definitely a better team.
So I think a lot of it is system. So if we got a good system,
I don't know if I'm gonna be honest. You give up whatever you got to give up. If you're giving up RJ and some first, say RJ's gone and you don't know what those first turn into, whatever. You give up RJ and some first for Bradley Beal. Does that take you past the second round? I
If
don't
you
think
get rid of R.J. Barrett for Bradley Beal,
does Bradley Beal and Julius Randle take you past the second round?
it takes you past the first round.
Is that why you would make that big of a trade just to get
I think
one more round in?
I think that it's a matter of if that would take us, because it's the first year, they don't have if this trade happened to be a mid-season trade, some getting used to and tinkering things. I do think that moving forward,
They would need another star.
We need like another. I think we need another star, another two stars now.
Yeah, of course, for sure.
That, all we have right now is that the most consistent is Julius Randle.
Yeah.
I think if we had Julius Randle and Bradley Beal, I think that makes a little bit of danger. Depending on who we played in the first round, we get out the first round, and depending on who we played in the second round, we might get out the second round with Bradley Beal, because now we got a scorer. If we have him and we keep Derrick Rose and we keep Youngblood quickly, I think we got a shot if the system works. We don't know if it works. It's one of those things we don't know if it works. But I don't think that RJ Barrett, I don't think that he's going to get us out the second round. I think that
my thing isn't about RJ Barrett. I just want to know, whatever you give up, I don't give a damn if you're giving up everything. Does a team with Julius Randle?
That's what I was going to.
It's the picks that I really don't like out of it. Two first round picks, like those picks are what keeps the momentum of us getting better players.
But let's say,
I know what you're saying. Beal is already, you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting, but just to go with Joshua's point, right? Are those picks next year going to get us out of the second round? Like, who we picking? Like, if we actually do well, let's say we get into the second round this year, we lose. All right, so we're not getting a high pick. We already own our first round pick. It ain't like we lose and you get like a good pick. So now what we get next year? Who we got to pick? We just got Obi, we got RJ. You know what I'm saying?
How deep you get into the playoffs has nothing to do with the seeding.
Right, but it doesn't matter. Like, if a lot of times up until now, we have the potential to actually make the playoffs this season. Last year's we haven't. So it's always been like lose more for Okafor. Remember they were saying all of that, and now we got all of these opportunities to get a high pick. We hoping when we got RJ, we got the third pick. We was like, oh, we was hoping for the first pick, and he comes out to be a pretty good player. And then it's like now we have all these years where it's like, all right, we got a guy, we got the fifth pick this year, or whatever the case. And I don't know if that gets us out, especially if we have Thibodeau. He wants to play veteran players. So considering the system that we have, what he said. That's what I'm saying. Take Frank, take Rivers. There's a bunch of dudes we could yacht and a mill. I give them cash incentives. Like, yo, y'all want $4 million? Here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's got to be worth it. Like, we don't know if we get to the playoffs with who we getting.
My thing is less about who we're giving up. It's more about after we make that deal, where is that deal going to be worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how deep are we going to actually go with Bradley Beal and Julius Randle? We've never really seen them deep in the playoffs before in their careers ever.
But the question is, Cap, how deep are we gonna go without him?
That's not what I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? Because we can still not make this Bradley Beal trade and still attract free agents. We can still not make this Bradley Beal trade and make other trades. You know what I'm saying? There's other players that can be, because what I'm saying is a player of Bradley Beal's value, if you force a trade, it's the Carmelo trade all over again. And we went through that. This is why I don't think it's worth it, because you make a trade for Carmelo Anthony. How much better than Carmelo Anthony? And that'll be another Carmelo Anthony and another Stat. How far did we get with that?
Well, Stat came in the offseason, so it wasn't really that.
So did Julius.
Right.
That's the same exact situation.
All right, so you're saying the same situation. I don't know if that will work. Carmelo, I don't know how I feel about.
And if you ask me, Carmelo and Stat is a better version of what in Beal and Julius Randle.
100%. Even though they traded him over, they took him over here knowing he ain't have needs anymore.
Right.
So it was a big deal, and I don't think Julius ever went through as big of an injury. But Bill's been injured.
A lot.
Julius has been injured. Right. So that's also another risk. You know
so
what I mean?
That's my only thing. Like, it's not that I don't want Beal. It's not that I don't want to trade RJ Barrett that much. I just want to know that after making how much more successful it will be by making this trade. I can't sit here and tell you that Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari, and at that time Timothy Mozgov and Raymond Felton. I can't tell you that those guys would have been way better than trading for Carmelo Anthony. But at the end of the day, if you look at them individually, it didn't turn out to be much. So that's kind of why you're like, it's okay to make the Carmelo trade. But what did you get with Carmelo? You didn't even get past the second round. You know what I'm saying?
Carmelo, sometimes we didn't have great coaches. I think when we had Mike Woodson, that was like the best one we had.
Yeah.
See, but that's when you make the trades, though. When you have great coaches, when you actually can guarantee that, all right, once we get this, we can actually do something with it.
So here's what I'm saying about this is why I believe it. First of all, like you already know how I feel about RJ.
It's not about RJ to anybody.
I'm just saying, as far as we're gonna lose him, I'm thinking that we're gonna lose RJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why it is about RJ is because I don't think we're gonna go far with RJ. At least not this season, not next season.
Mm-hmm. 20. He's 20, of course not.
Right. So I just feel like whatever. I wouldn't want to give up Ja Morant if he was on the squad because he's that good.
Okay. That's a completely different role.
Right. But I just what you said 20 years old. So we talk about
completely different role. Either way, both of them are what they're giving you. They're still going to be way better players at that point anyway.
At that point.
Yeah, right. but didn't Miami just get somewhere with what's his name, Hero? And how old is he? He's pretty much
coming off the bench.
I mean, we don't know who we're gonna get. We never thought Randall would be playing at this level. We never thought that Peyton would step up his game, be playing at the level that he's playing at. So when you have someone like RJ Barrett now with a decent coaching staff, like you don't know how far he's gonna go. And I know that he doesn't look good, or he doesn't. Well, he does look good. He doesn't look great right now. You know, you can build on it. And the Knicks community, they like RJ, even though he hasn't really been showing up in, consistently like he should. I think the consensus is to keep RJ. So I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, we can give him up, we can lose him. It's okay because we're not really getting that far with him. But a lot can change within a season, and
look at it this way. Forget about the RJ thing. Let's say we keep RJ and we get Bill. Now you got RJ coming off the bench, which is a nice. All right, we got a good. Now we got.
I don't think he would be coming off the bench. Why would you bench RJ if you still have bullets in your lineup?
Well, that's true too. So we said that last time, I think. Yeah, and I'm just looking at it as far as the two taking the two's place and have him coming off the bench with the other squad. You know,
it's interchangeable guards.
Yeah, there's some pieces that can move around. But let's say we keep RJ. Is it terrible now?
No, I mean, like I said, regardless, even if you keep RJ and then you get Beal and you have Randall, and you lose the picks. You say you have RJ, Beal, and Randall. Is that guaranteeing you anything? No. What I'm saying is nothing is solidified, nothing is guaranteed. We still have to continue to make small moves. We built up all of these picks and developed these players not for Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna trade all these guys, it'd be for Julius, it'd be for James Harden, it'd be for a player caliber of Kevin Durant, not someone of the caliber of Bradley Beal. That's not what we saved up all of these picks for to get us to that point. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it would be worth it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what teams that have never been successful do, so that they can be in some sort of limelight, so that they can then attract other stars and actually be good. We're not in that situation. We don't need to keep attracting stars to be in that someone's looking at. Even when we're losing, everybody's looking at us.
But he is the leading scorer of the league this year.
Yeah, on the worst team in the league, one of the worst teams in the league. It doesn't say much. It doesn't. It's empty stats. The same thing with Zach LaVille. Right next to Westbrook. You got Westbrook and Bradley Beal. And what are they doing? Even when he was next to John Wall, what did they do? They went to the first round at best. Like
they went to the first round a few times. Did they ever get out the first round once?
Never. Absolutely not. This is what I'm saying. Did we save all of these picks just to get there to Bradley Beal?
That's my thing. The picks.
Not unless the Knicks got like, because all right, because if we saying it's worldwide,
if he's the final piece, I'm with it.
I'm just saying, like, let's say he's like the first piece that leads up to the next piece.
But we can't. What? But that's what I'm saying. If we give all of the pieces for that,
we got nothing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, hypothetically, if we got him and then somebody else, I'll play. Like they about to cut Cousins, and I'm just saying, I don't think we need him.
Only reason why I can't go by ifs is because of what we dealt with Carmelo Anthony. There was always supposed to be someone else that could have came to assist Carmelo and stat, and it never happened. You know what I'm saying? But we had already gave up all of our valuable pieces to even trade for another player.
Yeah, that's it. Once you do, if you do this, it's over. Like
it's over. You know what I mean? So at this point, I say you got what you got. Stick with what you got. You know what I'm saying? It's doing okay for once. We just started winning.
But also, and this is the opposite side is, with Wes making the moves that he made, the team is where we are right now. So if he's looking into
Leon Rose.
Well, it said West was looking into.
They said he was going through the back channel. Yeah.
Okay.
Leon can't do that. That's why. Yeah.
So, if we're trusting this organization now,
that's what I'm just saying.
Do we trust them?
Right.
If we trust them, we should know that they're not. They're way too smart to make a deal like this. To be honest with you.
Well, with the first round picks.
No, I'm talking about what we would have to give up for
in general.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like forcing a trade is different. Like if we like what he's trying to do, I read the article. What he's trying to do is
he's trying to gauge it.
No, what he's trying to do is to get Beal to force a trade.
Oh, yes. They put that in the article.
He's trying to get Beal to force the trade because at this point, when you're contacting Washington, hey, what do you want for Beal? They're gonna be like,
give me everything.
He ain't going nowhere. Like you got to give me everything. So if you get in contact with Beal and have him force a trade and only direct it towards New York, then that's less. The same thing that happened with that's the same thing that happened with the Pelicans and the Lakers for that trade for Anthony Davis. They said that they weren't going to make any moves and whatever happened, and then all of a sudden, the value of that trade got lower and lower and lower and lower, and then they finally gave up whatever they gave up for it. Now, those guys over there balling in New Orleans, but at the end of the day, that's not exactly what they wanted to give up for Anthony Davis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the territory we in. We got to wrap it up. We're getting late. Like we said, Tuesday play the Warriors at 7:30. We got a bunch of early games, thank God, because when we go on those West Coast trips, it'd be like 10 o'clock games, and I can't stand it. But Warriors Tuesday 7:30. We'll probably see y'all then. If not, probably the night after. We'll see what's up. But we'll probably have Toon or Joe in there with us to try to get a little bit more in there. Get some more extra stats with Joe. You know what I mean? But you guys got anything else y'all want to touch on before we get up out of here?
Yeah. One last thing is I'm in 2 fantasy leagues, and I have been winless for the first I don't know how many 5 or how many weeks it has been, and then last week I won in both of my fantasies, and this week I won in both of my fantasies. So things are turning around. I'm very happy.
Yo, now that you're active in fantasy, what's up with some trades, man? Like, yo,
I mean, I need to let go. I need to let go of some people, but I don't know what I want yet. So that's what it is.
You got to put some guys in these injury slots so you can add more guys to your team too.
There's nobody left out there that's worth anything.
If you got somebody,
listen, man, if you're getting 10 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist, that's 10 points more.
You know what? You're right, because it is different from other fantasies. So yeah, I gotta do things a little differently.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, that's all I want to mention.
We'll see. We'll see.
Last week.
I'm gonna try to send you something nice and enticing for Brendan Ingram. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's one of my starters.
Okay.
Might have to get a couple first round picks.
I like this one right here, Ricky.
I got KD sitting
there.
Yeah, Prince of New York. Melo was the last one that had 44 points in the Garden. So
I thought that was real dope the way they did that with Carmelo, like your head.
Putting the crown on. You know what I'm saying? But Joe, you got anything? That's it?
Listen, Paul, we going into the playoffs. Bradley Beal or not.
Bradley Beal or not, that's a fact.
We're getting in the playoffs, man. I'm
Mhm.
looking at highlights right now. Oh shit, yo.
Yeah, look at all them highlights while he's playing. See how many games he misses per season. Yo, Dre, the crazy thing is, Dre is one of those dudes who cannot stand when dudes take rest games. I can't wait to see how you act when Bradley Beal will be on the
rest game.
Yeah.
You kidding me? A lot of them. He took a rest game when he played us. When he played us,
you know a rest game for Tibbs is gonna be like, oh, you ain't playing good, you sit down. That's how he gonna rest him. You ain't playing defense, that's your rest game. Go sit down.
That's your rest game. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully, we don't have another Carmelo situation all over again. But if we do, nice. We'll have some excitement in the Garden again, and maybe it'll be worth it to just get some fans cheering about the Knicks, and we can be a tier near top team and not really be that championship team. That's what yeah, man. I think that if we keep moving organically and making the moves we've been moving, we can do that, especially if we keep winning and attracting free agents. This way they would want to come to the team so we don't have to give up so much in order for them to get here. So hopefully we can keep making that that thing. No late night guests. Nah, my man Sliz, you gonna jump off on the outro. How you gonna get in here and we on the way out? Come on, Sliz. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we gotta schedule something up. Sliz will be ready to go, and then he'll be like, yo, son, I can't do it. We're gonna have to go the other way real quick. Y'all got y'all next game, then I don't hear from him for 2 games. You know what I mean? Yo, Sliz.
Podcast, and he jumped on this one, bro.
We gotta work on something, Sliz. Come on, don't do me like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Much love though, Sliz. We gonna link up. We on the way out of here though. Thank y'all for joining the God Up Knicks podcast. Hopefully we'll get another dub on Tuesday and we'll be here with more high spirits. All right.
Word.
Yeah, have a good one, y'all. Peace.